Welcome, everyone. I mean, if you're still listening to this podcast, kudos to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you for coming back again for, I guess we'll call this a new season of Legends, Loot, and Lore. So much has happened. We don't have time to catch you up on all that, but we are gonna start making new episodes again. And here I am. We have two new. Well, I guess. Are you the new co-host, or
wasn't I always kind of the new co-host?
The new old co-host.
I'm the old new co-host.
Oh yes, I'm Andrew, your host, and my co-host is
Catherine.
Hello, Catherine.
Hello, Andrew.
Hello again.
Here we are. Wait,
yeah.
I can do the catch up. You want like the 6-second catch up?
I was gonna say the last time we did this, we were married.
No, we did at least one live recording since we. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So we're not married.
That's old
anymore.
news then.
But we haven't been married for like a year and a half, so that's cool. Like legally. Yeah. It's been 2 years since the whole process started. Can you believe that?
I can't.
Let's see. You have 3 cats. I have 2 cats. I have a new knee.
As far as the apartment complex is concerned, I have 2 cats.
Right. No, I know.
For anyone's listening, it's only 2. I swear to God, it's only 2.
It's just that sometimes the gray one looks really black.
Yes, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. His fur changes colors in the sun. It's amazing.
I think we have the same jobs.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. Oh, you got engaged.
Yeah.
Andrew got engaged.
I gotta go back and like listen to when, like look at the date of when the last episode.
It was. Hold on. I'm looking now.
Look it up.
I'm looking it up.
All right. So while you're looking that up, we're going to kick off this new season of Legends, Loot, and Lore by doing a bit of a side quest. We're going to talk about Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Our last episode was in December of 2024.
December of 2024.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute.
It's like this is a whole new podcast.
Very, very nice. Yeah, as I was saying, we're going to talk about what?
I said sorry.
No, don't be sorry. All good. So we're going to talk about Dungeon Crawler Carl and how kind of it came, not how it came about, but kind of how Dungeons and Dragons kind of is the forefather of Dungeon Crawler Carl. I have a hard time saying that.
The one article I read called it "The Rise of LitRPG."
The Rise of LitRPG.
Actually, what I had Googled was "The Rise of LitRPG" because I knew there had to be an article called that.
Of course.
It feels like it came up really, really fast.
What do you mean?
Like, I feel like you weren't hearing a lot about LitRPG, and then all of a sudden, like Dungeon Crawler Carl exploded.
Yeah.
And kind of opened up everybody's eyes to this whole, and I'm sure there are people listening to this who are going to be like, I've known about this for years. I didn't. And I'm very excited that I do now, but it feels like everything's happening for Dungeon Crawler Carl at the moment. Like Matt Dinneman and Jeff Hayes have become kind of celebrities in their own right. And it's a very interesting time for books, which really people don't like books enough anymore.
No, I completely agree. I think probably, and we'll get into this. So let's start off with kind of what LitRPG actually is.
Yep.
So it really is, as kind of the name alludes to, it is literature, but it instead of like a lot of the Dungeons and Dragons stories that I've read, it's the characters themselves are aware of the levels and things like that. So it's leveling up. So it really takes a lot of the mechanics of an RPG, D&D, video games, what have you, and kind of blends that with the actual storytelling. I mean, and really, like I said, I mean, D&D is the original, I think, RPG sort of that really has brought about that whole genre, and now it's gone from tabletop gaming to actual books, which is great. It's a fascinating read. There's a whole bunch of Matt Dinniman books series that. What's the other one? I'm trying to remember the other one.
Operation Bounce House is the book that you see all over the place, which I have not yet read.
There's also Kaiju Battlefield Surgeon.
Mm-hmm. And then there's another whole series that I'm going to start next called He Who Fights with Monsters.
He Who Fights with Monsters. Tell me more.
That's the one that everybody seems to recommend if you really loved Dungeon Crawler Carl, which I do. So it is... I'm pulling it up in my Audible. I spend a lot of time in the car, folks. Don't judge me. Listening is reading.
Reading is fundamental.
And I know that's controversial, but that's okay. One of the things that I thought was interesting in the article that I read about this is that it said that while there is a ton of there are a ton of titles out there that fall into this category, but not all are created equal.
Right.
And I think, there's a lot of self-published stuff that is maybe not as good as it would be if it had an editor. I think that's part of why Dungeon Crawler Carl is so accessible.
Yeah.
I also think Dungeon Crawler Carl is accessible because, and I think it's why it's many people's first lit RPG, because you don't necessarily have to be a gamer or a Dungeons and Dragons fan to understand it.
Not at all.
I mean, it helps.
It helps, exactly.
But it's not a requirement.
It's not a requirement. No.
Okay, so this is He Who Fights with Monsters. I believe there are 3 books in the series right now. Here is the summary. Jason wakes up in a mysterious world of magic and monsters. It's not easy making the career jump from office supplies store middle manager to heroic interdimensional adventurer. At least Jason tries to be heroic, but it's hard to be good when all your powers are evil. He'll face off against cannibals, cultists, wizards, monsters, and that's just in the first day. He's going to need courage, he's going to need wit, and he's going to need some magic powers of his own. But first, he's going to need pants. Hey, that sounds a lot like Carl.
It does sound a lot like Carl. Interesting.
After cementing itself as one of the best-rated serial novels on Royal Road, with an astonishing 13 million views, He Who Fights with Monsters is now brought to you in professionally formatted audio. The other reason I think Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I'm sorry I'm doing a lot of talking right now, but I'm very passionate about Dungeon Crawler Carl. The other reason I think it's become so popular and so many people recommend it is the audiobooks.
Oh, you have to give it up to Jeff Hayes for...
Oh my God.
And that's the thing, like that's a big difference, and we'll dig deeper into this, but I mean, for me, it's one of the big differences between this series and a lot of other books is that the amount of voices that are done
by one person.
By one person, but a lot of narrators don't do voices like that, and
right?
So I think that's really kind of what helped. I think helped the popularity of the books.
I mean, when I started listening, I heard them say narrated by Jeff Hayes. And then when he launched into Princess Donut, I was like, that has to be someone else, right? Like, how do they not have this person credited? And I did a quick search and found out, no, it is Jeff Hayes. And with very few exceptions, he does the vast majority of the voices.
Oh, yeah.
I know they've had a few other guests, notably Patrick Warburton as Carl's dad, because Jeff Hayes has said that Patrick Warburton was kind of his inspiration for Carl's voice. Although I hear, why can't I think of his name all of a sudden? Married to Megan Mullally. Can remember her name.
Married to Megan Mullally. Who's
Hold
married
on.
to Megan Mullally?
You don't know who's...
it up?
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
Oh, Nick Offerman?
Yes. I hear Nick Offerman when I
Do
hear him
you?
when I hear him do Carl. That
Interesting.
I did because he's gruffer than Patrick Warburton.
Mm-hmm.
The tenor maybe is Patrick Warburton, but that gruffness says Nick Offerman to me.
Got it.
That's who I thought it was initially. I
Oh,
stopped and
interesting.
looked because I was like, wait a second. Yeah.
Interesting. But anyway, let me get back to
You go ahead.
circle back to the beginning of all of this. So let's talk about what we're going to cover in this podcast, and let's dig deep into some of these ideas, because
you want to start over?
No.
Because I did a lot of talking already.
No, that's what we're here to do. We're here to talk. But some of the things I want to make sure we hit on, like I said, what LitRPG is, how D&D kind of helps shape the genre of LitRPG, and conversely, how LitRPG may influence D&D, and what possible benefits, drawbacks this has for tabletop players of any game type. And do you think that Dungeon Crawler Car will strengthen D&D or compete with it? Some of the things that we'll touch on, but we've already talked about kind of what LitRPG is. What is it not? Let's talk about that. What is LitRPG not for you?
For me?
Yeah.
Not a replacement for all those other things. It's an enhancement.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I'm not going to stop playing D&D because there is LitRPG.
Sure. No, exactly. I don't think it's not like your typical, like I said, I mentioned this because I've read a bunch of the D&D books. You know, it's not a D&D book.
No.
Like it's not tied into D&D at all. I mean, it's not necessarily, this one's not necessarily based on a video game, but it's very video game similar.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a choose your own adventure book for sure.
Nope.
Which would be interesting. I mean, we can talk about this now or later or whenever, but I mean, they're coming out with the tabletop RPG for Dungeon Crawler Carl. So
I did not know that.
You did not know that?
I did not know that.
Wow. Whoa. Hello. I'm going to look it up right now because I can.
Because we're on a computer.
Because we're on computers. It's a they did it was a Kickstarter. I think I don't know if it was Kickstarter specifically or it was a crowdfunded officially sponsored.
Speaking of which,
yes.
When we get to the end of this, I think we should take a short aside to talk about the guild.
Oh yes. We can definitely talk about that. And it also, what this also reminded me of? It's not LitRPG, but it was a web series, Legend of Neil.
Oh gosh, Legend of Neil. Old man.
Exactly. And that's another tie into Felicia Day. So see, it all comes back around. But apparently I think it's coming out in November of 2026.
Okay.
It's like 100-page. It's like a massive like player's guide on how to play. I think we should, maybe that's what we should do is for Legends, Loot and Lore, maybe pick that up and
that'd be fun.
Try playing that.
It would be nice to live play again.
Right?
I have this sneaking suspicion, because I am no Jeff Hayes, that if we do another campaign, that all of my characters are going to sound like Xanros.
Excellent. That'd be amazing. whole bunch of pack-a-day smokers.
Mm-hmm. So that during each break, James can marvel at the fact that my throat doesn't hurt from doing that.
Impressive. It's like
Alex Brightman.
Alex Brightman as Beetlejuice.
Mm-hmm.
You both went to the same voice acting school.
Apparently.
Yeah.
He's got fun vocal folds. I've got giant tonsils, I guess.
There you go. I guess that works for you.
Apparently,
yes.
Been working for me for almost 50 years, so.
Yeah. It was interesting. So I'm just looking at some of the questions here that I was working on. So I mean, I guess this was both our first introductions to LitRPG.
Yeah.
Was
Well,
decency?
because somebody told you about it, and then you told me about it,
Yes.
and then little does Matt Dinneman know, but Dungeon Crawler Carl got me through a whole heck of a lot of my knee replacement surgery. So
There you go. Yeah. And you ordered the autographed
yeah,
books, right?
books 1 and 2. Yeah, sure
Yeah.
did.
That's exciting.
I'm hoping they're gonna pop up at we're going up to Rhode Island Comic Con in November.
Uh-huh.
I'm hoping they'll show up there.
What makes you think they're going to show up there?
They've been showing up at a lot of comic book conventions, and that's a really good one.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah. Rhode Island Comic Con was probably my favorite that I've done.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah. They had great guests. It's huge. They've got lots and lots of vendors. It was real, and it's like it's in a like convention center, but also it goes into the hockey arena. They
Huh.
literally had guests all lined up in like on the ice. It
Interesting.
was very cool.
That is very cool.
And if you look at the guests for this year,
Mm-hmm.
we already booked the hotel because we're definitely going, because they're announcing more and more. They're currently on. Christopher Lloyd was announced yesterday.
Ooh.
Kathleen Turner today.
Wow.
But there's they're gonna have. I was gonna say, if you don't go, I need your Beetlejuice playbill back, because Leslie Kuritzer's gonna be there, and I'll get her to sign it.
Awesome.
Yeah, Alex Brightman's gonna be there. Matt Ryan from Legends of Tomorrow. I'm gonna have him sign my Constantine Funko.
Oh, cool.
There's just a ton. Like, I'm saving all my money for this particular con this year, because there's so much. Like the my Mr. Pointy and that X-Files thing I got you, those came from Rhode Island Comic Con.
Oh, okay. Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Just call me Madam Tangent. Anyway, yes,
Yeah, really.
I think this was both of our introduction to LitRPG.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, from everything that I read kind of preparing for this, that it's a lot of people's introduction into LitRPG.
Mm-hmm.
For all the reasons I was talking about earlier. It's super accessible. It's funny. I think if you come in and you listen to the audiobooks, it's a whole other experience that you're probably not expecting.
No, I didn't know what to expect going into the books. And to be perfectly honest, it took me a little adjustment. And the voice that he's done for Carl has changed throughout the books.
Well, Carl is only 27. And the way he does his voice, he sounds like a grizzled old man. And I know he's been through a lot.
He's been through a lot. He smoked a lot.
Fair.
So, I mean, I could see why.
I mean, all that naval training.
Yes. Uh-huh. Oh boy.
I know it's the Coast Guard, guys. That's the joke.
Yes. Anyway. So let me tell you something. No, let me ask you this. So I feel like I'm interviewing you.
Yes.
So having played D&D and video games prior to listening to Dungeon Crawler Carl, did that make it any easier for you to get into it, or like, how do you feel about that? Like, did it make it easier, or do you think that somebody without any background whatsoever could jump right into Dungeon Crawler Carl and pick it up and figure it out?
I think somebody with no background in any of this could jump into it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they would enjoy it as much necessarily, because there's a certain charm to it that you really understand if you are somebody who's either a gamer or has played any role-playing game, but D&D specifically.
Yeah.
So I don't think you have to have had that background, but I do think it helps in terms of like immediate enjoyment. there are a lot of people that I see who are like, I'm like 3 chapters in, and it, like, what the hell are you all talking about? How is this good? And it's like, it is good though. You just have to give it a chance.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's for me, I think having played a lot of those types of games, video games over the years, having now played D&D for a few years, I think it definitely helped because I think it gave you a level of what's he doing back there?
He's just sleeping. He's got a
Aw.
paw over his eyes.
Living his best life.
Yeah, there's just so much fur that I can't tell like where the fur is and where the cat is.
Right. Oh, hi Fizzy. Oh, such a cute cat.
He's a good boy. Yes.
But like for me, it's very interesting because like there are a lot of shout outs to D&D in these books, like various monsters and things like that. That he references, like some of them are definitely pulled right from that environment.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, gnolls. I'm like, okay, I know those. Like there's all sorts of different things that he pulls in that are helpful. But I mean, it's just I'm excited for the opportunity to play the game. Because I think it'd be super cool.
I think it's going to be a complicated game though, because it's not. So the interesting thing about playing a Dungeons and Dragons campaign is that you're, for the most part, in one world, right? This feels like every floor of the dungeon, and I mean, I guess we should give a brief overview of what this is even all about.
Sure.
Basically, the rent is due on Earth, and the aliens come to collect, and anybody who's indoors when the event occurs is mushed, and anybody who's outside has the opportunity to either stay on Earth and try to survive, or to descend into the dungeon.
Yes.
And our hero, Carl, and
his cat.
Well, his girlfriend's cat, but
ex-girlfriend.
Yes, that's right. Miss Beatrice.
Yes.
Princess Donut. Well, Carl is debating whether he wants to go into the dungeon. And his decision is made for him when Donut bolts in. And he would probably have gone in anyway because he went out to try to get Donut, who darted out a window wearing nothing but boxers, bees, pink Crocs, and a leather jacket.
Quite the outfit to
really
go dungeon crawling.
And you get into the dungeon, and that's when you start fighting for survival, basically. And your goal is to survive each of the floors.
Yes.
So each of the floors has a different type of theme. Floor 1 is very typical D&D beginner campaign kind of floor.
Yep.
And the other part of this that is probably important to note is that this is, of course, streamed to people all over the galaxy who consider this great entertainment.
Yes.
And this is, I forget which season of Dungeon Crawler World this is, but it's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
And this is Dungeon Crawler World Earth. I think that's probably a good start to it, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's funny because it's I guess the old trope in D&D is you meet in a tavern,
right?
And that's your adventuring party. But this was a lot more fascinating because everybody was kind of solo to begin with.
Yeah.
And they learned that later on you could have like teams of people fighting together to get through the various levels. But it really is a solo RPG kind of to begin with.
Yeah.
And I found that really interesting. So there's a whole different. I like the setup of it personally. Yeah. I thought it was a lot of fun. Something again. I'll make a plug for it. There's a book that I backed on Kickstarter
Mm-hmm.
called "You Don't Start in a Tavern."
I think you've told me about that because I was
Yeah,
going to say I've heard of it.
I'm gonna look it up.
While you do that, I'm going to
Yeah.
talk about Princess Donut and how it comes to be that she starts talking. So, one of the things that Carl receives in one of his first loot boxes, and this is where you kind of get into the whole you get treasure or a reward as you play, is what they call an enhanced pet biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this gives you an option, right? You can feed this to your pet. They might just die, they might become evil, or they might have enhanced abilities. And Donut immediately starts talking with a British accent and
Of course.
clearly has been paying very close attention to everything that's been going on for years and is ostensibly smarter than Carl.
She is a voracious watcher of television.
She loves Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl, loves the Gossip Girl. And Carl's always like surprised by how much wait, how do you know that?
You know, one thing, I think Carl is a really sympathetic protagonist, which is
Mhm.
part of why the books are so charming. And the thing that I liked the most about Carl is something that Donut calls out very early on, which was that he had broken up with B
Mhm.
and he was looking at apartments. And Donut noticed that he was only looking at pet friendly apartments because B had been thinking about selling Donut, so Carl was
Mhm.
going to try to take her.
Right.
And that right there tells me all I need to know about Carl. And you
Yes.
learn so much more about how giving and kind he is throughout the series, but I think that is like the first indication of what kind of person he is.
Oh, for sure. Um, he's again, despite the gruff exterior, um, he loves Donut,
Oh, 100%.
and he's very, and I mean that's the whole thing. I mean, because Donut's really the main character, so to speak, in their party, because he's just the in the court of
The royal bodyguard.
the royal bodyguard. Yes, he's the royal bodyguard of Princess Donut, so it's not even him. You know,
Yeah.
it's which is really funny
I mean,
in the game.
I really I like Carl a lot. I love Donut. Have you gotten to Jamal yet?
I still have not heard anything about Jamal.
Jamal has so many sorries to give.
When does this pop up?
He's one of oh, I'm not gonna remember her name. The one with all the tattoos.
Surrendogore?
No.
No, who is it?
The circus. The naiad.
Signet?
Signet, yes. One of
Yeah.
her tattoos come to life.
Interesting.
He's a shark. It's amazing. When you get there, it's probably later in book 7.
Okay.
I love him so much. I love nothing more than I love Jamal.
Interesting.
He
Okay.
has so many sorries to give.
Oh, poor Jamal.
I know.
So again, like I was saying, you know, there's a lot of familiarity back to D&D. You've got classes because they can choose their class. They level up.
Yep. They get special abilities.
Special abilities
that change with each floor.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting because they're very aware of these things like hit points and XP, and
they talk a lot about Constitution because Donuts is so low, and that's part of why Carl is so protective of her.
So she has the high charisma.
Yeah, and she's smarter than he is.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. There's also, I mean, you have the healers. You know, you've got the support people.
You got the muscle.
You got the muscle. You got all those different things.
Yeah, like Carl is really, I would say, the equivalent of a bare knuckle brawler.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got.
I would put him in the barbarian class.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, where would you put Donut?
she's not. Well, she's not a melee fighter, for sure.
Is she a mage? A wizard?
Because she has
is
magic missile, so
she is a bard.
at one point she is a bard, yes.
Because she gets the musical.
Yeah.
She gets the musical abilities, though.
Speaking of the musical abilities, I've heard a lot of people poo-pooing the on the audiobook the auto-tune.
That's where I am in my re-listen.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
I think it's hysterical.
She's supposed to be a terrible singer.
Right.
But a lot of her spells in this particular floor depend on her singing. So and this is another aspect of it, her fans vote on a fan box that gets her auto-tune.
Right.
I think it's her fans that give her the auto-tune, right?
I think it's the Princess Posse. Or no, it's the
Posse. Is it the waste management?
This is waste management. That's what I was gonna say. Is the waste management? I can't remember who gives her the auto-tune mic.
It's not Empress Donadia.
No.
It's just, it is very complex.
Yes.
And this is why, so before we started recording, Andrew was laughing at me because I listened to all 8 books and then I immediately started re-listening because I feel like I've missed so much. Because it is incredibly complex and it like really builds this world.
Yeah. It really does.
And you do start to lose track of characters and like through lines and Ferdinand.
You mean Gravy Boat?
I mean Ferdinand.
Gravy Boat.
That's his bird.
Right.
I love Ferdinand. I love him so much. He's so funny.
No, Ferdinand is good. But what's the one character you don't understand why people like?
Oh, Prepotente?
Yes.
I gotta tell you, the farther I've gotten in, the more I've liked Prepotente.
Right? Yeah.
He is a misunderstood child, essentially. In the beginning, all he did was scream and antagonize.
I know. Well, that's why, because I was ahead of you to begin with.
Right.
I was ahead of you in the book, so I didn't want to say anything. Like,
yeah,
it's better.
But, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he starts to become relatable.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
He's just a kid who wants to be loved. Yeah. And Carl's his best friend.
My finger is very swollen.
I'm sorry. What did you do?
I don't know. It's just that. My finger wasn't this fat when I bought the ring. And now it is. So there.
Okay, we're off the rails again.
That's all right. So let me ask you this. I'll ask you a couple questions. Like I said, I'm just going to interview you. So what LitRPG, since you play D&D, what LitRPG conventions feel most directly inherited from D&D?
So I think we've talked about a bunch of them, like the race and class choices.
Yep.
And the interesting thing in this book is that you come in, obviously human, because you were on Earth. You can bring pets in, animals can come in. But everyone gets to choose a race and class. So, you know, the whole joke is that Donut is never going to be anything other than a cat, but she could choose to be.
Right.
And then, you know, you get a character like Ellie, where she was 99 years old. And the joke is she becomes this like frost maiden, but she's still wearing the grippy socks from the nursing home.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that definitely. Healing potions, that's a biggie.
Oh, sure.
The fact that you can buy a bed that gives you what is essentially a short rest and it replenishes your energy.
Right. Yeah, because the bed, because I think they're at 4 hours or something, if I recall correctly. I can't remember.
I think,
or 2 hours.
The idea of in this series, they're guilds, but where you can kind of work together.
Yes.
I think that definitely comes from it. I think that idea of teamwork is really huge, right? Like, they're essentially all fighting each other. They get points for killing other crawlers, like, but when you're somebody like Carl who is inherently good at heart and you come across other people who are good-hearted, they're
Mhm.
kind of bound to bond to each other, right? And I think that's part of what's so charming about it, but I think it also does play back to D&D. They kind of become this little, like, family of misfits, right?
Well, I think it's, for me, it's what bonds them as a common enemy.
The AI or the aliens, because it's
Oh,
both of those things.
No, 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 no. I mean, just who they're fighting in the dungeon.
Mhm.
They're all their strength, as they say, there's strength in numbers.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of that comes from D&D. It's not if you, as they always say in D&D, you never split the party.
Right.
So it's there that concept of there is strength in numbers. It's not. It's not as much fun as a solo gamer. And I think
100%.
I think you see that in some of the characters in the books over time who have kind of fought, like, who is it, Lucia Marr?
Oh,
She
yeah.
with the dogs.
Yes.
So you see what happens to people when they're
CC and Gustavo 3.
exactly. I don't know how you remember all that. My God, I'm terrible.
Don't worry, I remember nothing at work anymore.
Oh, that's good. Well, at least you remember something.
But I remember CC and Gustavo 3.
Excellent. But yeah, so I think that's emphasized in this series. That again, you're better off being together than being alone.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's interesting because it's a big part of Carl's character development, right? Because he is essentially a loner. And when he goes in, his main goal is to keep himself and Donut alive. And then they kind of inherit Katya. And then
Right.
she becomes essentially family to them.
Sure.
And then they meet all of the Meadowlark people. And you start to actually feel loss. And then there's the whole piece where Carl, goes out of his way to save Chris. He doesn't have to do that.
Right. But there's also the girl, the shapeshifter.
Katya?
No. In the
Oh, Juicebox?
is it Juice? No, the girl. There's like a young girl.
Oh, Bonnie. She's a gnome. She's a gnome, though. She's not a shapeshifter.
Okay, I thought she was a shapeshifter.
No, remember, she was the gnome. She was making the lemonade. Her father had been killed. The floating house. Yeah.
Yes.
This is why I re-listened to the books.
That's why I think I'm gonna read the books, actually.
Yeah, I want to wait for them. Now that I have the autographed copies coming, I don't want to buy a whole other set of them, but
gotcha.
I do eventually want to read them because I do think it's kind of hilarious to see in writing Donut refusing to not type in all caps.
Right.
So, is it time for me to do this?
Wait, hang on, I'm not looking. Ah, very nice. Yes, I am yelling, Carl. I was just going to ask you something. Now I can't remember.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I was going to say. So, what are some of your favorite donut isms?
I am yelling, Carl is definitely one of them.
Right.
I love the fact that she feels the need to greet absolutely everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she'll walk into a room. One of my favorites is, "Hi, Katya. Hi, Katya's boyfriend." Viva la revolucion, Carl.
Sure.
Because that's one of the moments where you realize that Carl views Donut as a child.
Mm-hmm.
And in a lot of ways she is. She's very childlike. But she's also so smart.
Oh,
and that's one of the moments where you start to see how smart she is.
Mm-hmm.
I love that she refers to herself as mommy with Mongo.
With Mongo, yeah.
Because I call myself mommy to the cats, so I totally get that.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of some of her others. Oh, something about, don't ask me to remember everything I've said to a stripper. Is that the
No,
line?
see, those are my favorite lines. So
You go.
you can't expect me to remember. You can't expect me to be held accountable for everything I've said to a stripper. That's what it is. You can't hold me accountable. That one, and why would a stripper ever lie to me? Which just kills me because it's like
Her absolute hatred of Cocker Spaniels and insistence on basically equating every dog as a Cocker Spaniel is
yes,
hilarious.
yes, indeed. So
She's
let me ask you another question. What's that?
Yeah, she's very funny, but she's also very endearing.
She is, absolutely. And I love the relationship between the two of them. It's just that's been one of my favorite like growth stories throughout the whole thing. Just their relationship. When now Ferdinand has shown up again, so
Ferdinand's such trouble.
So let's talk about the AI as kind of the dungeon master.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about what's your take on the AI?
I think it's interesting that the AI is becoming sentient to a point. I mean, it has always been sort of sentient.
Mm-hmm.
Its little obsession with Carl, its foot fetish.
That voice, the voice that Joe Hayes does as the AI, it's just like it's the creepiest fucking voice.
The foot fetish one, especially
when the guy is like putting Carl's toes in his mouth.
Yep.
That's when Carl realizes, like, this isn't a thing.
I think it's interesting because they basically say that like the AI develops sentience and becomes ungovernable at some point during every crawl, and yet they keep using it.
Yes.
I think it's really interesting, and I'm fascinated to see where it goes. And it sounds like from everything I've read and Matt Dinneman has said, there'll be 2 more books. So we don't have that long before we find out kind of how it ends. And that's a favorite thing for people to debate, is how it's going to end.
How is it going to end? How do you think it's going to end? How do you envision that ending?
I feel like Carl is going to be the one to finally put an end to everything. My main question is whether that means Carl dies. And I feel like there's better than a 50-50 chance that he will. Because I don't think there'll be another crawl. He's going to burn it all down.
I don't know about that. Like, because they talk about, kind of postponing the crawl, but they don't. I don't know if I see the crawl ever ending, but
that's what I think Carl is going to be able to do. I think he's the only one with the power to end it.
Do you think Carl's doomsday scenario is going to play into that?
I don't know, because I know he can't kill Donut.
No, I understand that, but like I'm saying, I think it's going to be the typical sacrificial martyr. Because I think about it in D&D terms, like what that kind of means for he's got to save the party, kind of thing.
Right.
Only he can defeat the big bad. Someone's got to like take the final blow and kill the big bad.
Yeah.
And I think that he's going to take that upon himself.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think, I'm trying to think of, hi, Mulder. Hi, buddy. Sorry.
No, it's fine. My other son.
Yes. He's so good. I think someone's going to end up taking Princess Donut.
Like a Katya or
yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I want to see, because I don't know how it all plays out, because I haven't finished. This is level 9. The the dueling tiaras. Like, I don't know how that whole, yeah, so you know.
I do. I do, and I'm not going to ruin it for you or for anybody listening to this.
Thank you. Yeah, like I said, I just don't know how that's gonna work.
I
I
do think
assume because you're mentioning Katya that she lives. So
so far,
well, up to book 8,
yeah,
she
exactly.
lives.
Through book 8, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's why I could see something like Katya taking Donut and them kind of riding off into the sunset.
And Carl sacrificing himself.
And Carl sacrificing.
There's also a world in which they pull a Buffy and he sacrifices himself but somehow is resurrected.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, it would be really funny if he became the AI, like.
Right. The other question that I see bandied about quite frequently now is whether Mongo would be able to leave the dungeon because he's dungeon born.
Right.
And I don't think this is a huge spoiler. Donut chooses a pet who is what is he? A
Velociraptor.
Mongoliensis. But that's why he gets the name Mongo. He is a Velociraptor.
Yes.
But Donut has a dinosaur child that she has a special saddle that she rides. And she adores him. I mean, there are multiple times in the books where Donut almost gets them killed because she's so worried about Mongo.
Mm-hmm. Mongo is appalled.
This is an outrage.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know how I think it's gonna end, but I do. I guess I kind of do. I kind of think it's gonna end with Carl saving the world.
Interesting.
He wants to burn it down, man.
Mm-hmm. So winding this all down. So let's talk about
Yeah, because just time check, I've got about 20 minutes.
Yep, that's what I figured.
Okay.
So it's now a direct series TV show.
Yeah.
So that's going to be forthcoming thanks in part to Seth MacFarlane.
And Jeff Hayes has just been announced as the voice of Donut. He's the first casting decision.
Thank God for that.
I don't know that they could have made it anyone else.
No. I don't know. Okay. Since we've got a few minutes.
Sure.
Let's talk casting.
Okay.
Who I would throw up there?
Who?
Because I love this woman's voice and I think she would be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Thank the Phoenician. Judi Dench.
Is Judi Dench still alive?
Isn't she alive? Oh God, did Judi Dench die?
Did I kill Judi Dench?
Did you just kill Judi Dench? She's 91 years old.
Okay, she's too old. She might die.
She might die. I know that's a problem. They'll just AI her voice.
I could see that though.
Like that kind of, or who else? Emily Blunt?
Maybe.
But it's got, like, to me, it's got to be Jeff Hayes.
Oh, it has to be Jeff Hayes.
Yeah.
So one that I've seen bandied about that people seem very unhappy with that I would be delighted with.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Green has mentioned that he'd be interested in voicing Mordecai.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
And I would love that. I mean, he's a talented actor. He does voices. I know my pick.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
He has the Seth MacFarlane connection.
Yes.
I think he'd be very convincing, but most people do not seem to like that casting.
Can I give you my casting, which I think you might love?
Uh-huh.
For Mordecai?
Yeah.
Alan Tudyk.
I knew that's who you were going to say. But let me say, Prepotente. Alan Tudyk. He does all the like animal voices in the Disney movies. He's he's
I know.
And I mean, Prepotente would give him the opportunity to have a like voice and personality, but also get to scream like an angry goat right in my goddamn ear.
Yes. I feel like Mordecai because he changes every floor.
Yeah.
I thought Alan Tudyk might be a good one for.
Like, do you think they'll make it an actual person in costume, or do you think it'll be CGI?
I don't know.
So, Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk.
We think that they will make them, like, I don't know if it's going to be CGI or live action, and I feel like if they're going to make Prepotente a person in makeup, then it should be Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk's so good at the mocap, though.
I know.
That's
my casting for Mordecai is going to be Seth Green, especially because he wants it. I love Seth Green. He's up there.
You mean who was it?
Daniel Oz Osborne?
No.
Scott Wolf.
Scott Wolf. Nobody listening knows what we're talking about.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so short story. We were at New York Comic Con one year. We got the VIP tickets that year.
Yep.
And so we were in like the VIP lounge just hanging out, and Seth Green walks in with his handler because there's windows that look down on the con floor. So he was just checking everything out, and my brain just went haywire, and I'm like, Scott Wolf. And she's like, what the fuck? Who cares?
Yeah. Scott Wolf.
I'm like,
yeah, I guess Party of Five was okay.
I'm like, go over there. And you're like, all right.
And I look over and I'm like, oh, holy shit, that's Seth Green.
Yes.
And Seth Green was a delight. He was a doll. Thank God. That one really would have hurt me.
God,
if he hadn't been nice, that really would have hurt me.
That would have been rough.
Would have been painful.
That would have been very rough.
Yeah.
But anyway, so let's wrap this all up. So what do you think the impact is or will be for Dungeons and Dragons, other TTRPGs? What do you think? Do you think like this will be a gateway drug like Stranger Things was?
That's exactly what I was going to say. I think it's going to have the same kind of impact that Stranger Things did for D&D when they kind of brought it back with the whole Hellfire Club storyline. I think because I think the biggest thing with Dungeon Crawler Carl is that it's really coming into the mainstream now.
Yeah.
And I think as that happens, you will find people who will read it and they'll hate it. But you will also find people who will read it and they will love it and they will start looking for other ways to get that kind of entertainment, and D&D is the obvious choice there.
Right. Or the Dungeon Crawler Carl TTRPG itself.
Yeah, because we did
which is as yet untested, so we'll see.
Right.
We'll see how that even does.
But when I started DMing, which I hate and I'll never do again, we started with the Stranger Things campaigns that they had created. So I think people will be drawn in by that for sure. And I think it can only do good things in terms of, making the gaming community even broader and bringing in people who might not have thought it was something they'd enjoy.
For sure.
I had no interest in D&D before I started playing with our campaign.
Right. And now you're ready to play again.
And now I have a voice.
Yes, you do. On that note.
Oh, wait. The Guild. Oh. Real fast, the Guild.
The Guild. Real quick.
Okay, so the Guild had the fastest funded Kickstarter, like the first day for a movie.
13 million?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have to make my donation. I'm obviously going to do the popcorn bucket one. Have you seen all the prizes?
I have. How much is that?
I don't think it was that much. I think it was like 100.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's not bad.
It wasn't a crazy one.
Okay.
But
You're not going to be an exec producer on the...
I am not going to be an executive producer.
Got it.
Yeah. No, me and Felicia Day are having a meeting in a couple of minutes. Actually, that's why I gotta go.
Oh, excellent.
You thought I had to go pick up Rob, but really, I want to look actually at it real quick. But should we do a quick? The Guild was a web series. How many
Yes.
years ago was that now?
It's been, was it 10 or 20 years? That's like the whole.
It's gotta be 20.
Yeah, I think
As
it's gotta be
painful
20.
as that is to say.
Yeah.
Yep, 20th anniversary.
20th anniversary.
So
of the
they're
Guild.
gonna make a Ren Fair movie. They're solving a mystery at the Ren Fair. It is currently at it's currently at 3,000,005.
Oh, 3,000,005.
Yeah.
I thought it was I guess I got the numbers wrong.
I think you put a 1 in front of the 3.
Apparently I did.
Yeah, they have 3,563,791.
Wow.
With 22,000 backers.
That's incredible.
And a month to go.
Wow.
I want to look though at the. Yeah, so for $20 you get the movie and some add-ons. For $35 you get the card game.
Mm-hmm.
For $45 you get the TTRPG.
Ooh.
Actually the popcorn bucket is the $50 level.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, no, not at all. At $55 you get the wearables bundle.
Ooh.
$125 the game night bundle, which seems to come with dice. $130 the entertainment bundle, which is a Blu-ray of the movie, a comic book, and the popcorn bucket.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so there's a lot of options. I mean, you go all the way up to $1,000, and you get premiere tickets with red carpet access, 2 premiere after party with Felicia and cast, a bound and signed movie script, a signed movie poster. You get thanks in the end credits. You get a card game, the TTRPG. Like, you get everything.
Wow.
So I just think it's fascinating that 20 years later, this little web series that nobody else I knew was watching at the time,
right,
has become this cultural phenomenon to the point where it's brought in over $3.5 million.
That's impressive.
It really is.
That's an impressive fan base.
Yeah. And they just announced their first casting outside of the guild itself. Did you see this?
No.
Nate Fillion.
Really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Which, I mean, makes sense. I think he and Felicia have been friends ever since Dr. Horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought it was a nice tie-in to talk about that real quick because, I mean, again, that is that whole same genre, right, of role-playing that is so popular. And I wonder if they tried to do this 10 years ago, if they would have gotten the same kind of response.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we should talk about that in our next episode.
I think we should.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Well, Catherine, thank you so much for joining me today to talk about all things Dungeon Crawler World, Earth. And again, we'll hopefully we had some good conversations, and we'll talk next time about the guild and maybe other D&D related, RPG related, Legend of Neil.
God, Legend of Neil. I might have to rewatch Legend of Neil first.
Okay, let's do that. Let's rewatch Legend of Neil, and then we'll talk about that and the guild.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Wonderful.
Right.
Well, thank you everyone for listening. I'm looking at my mic for some reason.
Thank you, microphone, for listening.
And we'll catch you next time on Legends, Loot, and Lore.
Bye.
Bye.